RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Mallory Sports, where your sports world begins. First Mid-America Credit Union. New name, same great credit union. Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Riverbend Boys Basketball. We are live at Marquette High School for boys basketball tonight. It's the Explorers and the Roxana Shells. South Central Conference action here tonight. And the blue against the red, and the crowd filing in, and they've been filing in for a couple of hours here, and we'll have to see just how many people they're going to let in here, but we'll have to wait and see. With Louis Korak, Brent Berkland here with you on the Big Z live coverage of Marquette and Roxana, and it's going to be some night here, Louis.
Are we going to have a visual of this tonight or what? I mean, it's not often we come in here and we've got crowd control we got to worry about. What's going on around here?
It's an 8-game winning streak. I guess that's what'll do it. Marquette with a record of 8-2. They've won 8 in a row under first-year head coach Steve Medford. 10 games played for Roxana, too, and Mark Briggs has his team at 6-4. And then you add the conference race. First place against second place in the West, and here we go.
Big difference here. It's a big first game test, big first game challenge that you have to address right off the bat here. I mean, there's implications here as far as the SEC West is concerned. Roxana win makes this thing real interesting. A Marquette victory, and they've got a nice little cushion lead here right off the bat and early on in this season.
Marquette, again, a record of 8-2. They are 4-0 in the SEC. Roxana, with their record of 6-4, well, they're 3-1 in the South Central Conference. So we'll see what happens tonight. Coach Steve Medford in his first year, again, as head coach at Marquette, and Coach Mark Briggs in his 11th year as the head basketball coach at Roxana. Shells and Explorers coming up. More pregame in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Louis Korak and Brent Berkland back with you. Marquette and Roxana coming up, and starting lineups getting ready to come your way. And Coach Mark Briggs, Coach Steve Medford, Marquette and Roxana, and it is a packed house to say the least. And the capacity we've heard between 500 and 600 folks, I guess, somewhere in there. Maybe 550 is a good guess, but they're packing them in here. And again, the student body up here on the stage now, which you won't see that much here at Marquette. Maybe folks that have been to this gymnasium have never seen fans up here.
Like sardines.
Exactly. I have been to a couple of games up here where they brought temporary bleachers up here on the stage for big games in the past, but that was years and years ago.
I was going to say, that was about 30 years ago, right?
It was a long time ago, for sure.
Not quite that long ago.
No. Marquette in their white home uniforms trimmed in the blue. Roxana with their red uniforms on, trimmed in the blue and gold. And the Shells come in with a record of 6-4, and Coach Mark Briggs has his team again at 6-4, 3-1 in the SCC. Marquette a perfect 4-0 in the conference. More action from Marquette in a moment. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
You'll find it at Mallory's. Mallory's Sporting Goods in Wood River. Your high school gear and sportswear? It's at Mallory's. Athletic equipment for the little tykes? You'll find it at Mallory's. How about team gear and uniforms? Or personalized gear and specialty equipment? It's at Mallory's too. You'll find it all at Mallory's Sporting Goods, just minutes from your school off of 255, right next to the Walmart complex on Vaughn Road in Wood River.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at RiverBender.com.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
Shells and Explorers on the way. Back to a packed house here at Marquette High School Gymnasium. Lots of Roxana fans making the trip, getting here early because it was already starting to fill up before 6 o'clock, before the JV game tonight here. In the JV game, all Marquette, 57-35 over Roxana. And the Explorers win that one on the junior varsity level. Now it's time for the varsity game, and it's time for the starting lineups here.
Well, and the Shell fans are on their feet and ready for the announcement of the visiting team. And
they'll start with Chase McPeak, number 11 for the Red. Roxana McPeak, a 5'10 junior. And now it will be sophomore Jordan Briggs. Briggs wears number 40. He's a 5'11 sophomore guard. McPeak.
Where's his dad's age?
40?
Is that right? I don't know. Just taking a wild guess.
Thereabouts. And now it's Ryan Touche, the senior starter, wearing number 1. He's a 5'9 senior guard. So McPeak, Briggs, and Touche. And that will leave 2 starters for Roxana.
We know who one of them is.
We know who one of them is. We actually know that Justin Brown has been a starter for a while now. Another senior for Roxana, 5'8 senior. And then the big man, sophomore, 6'8" Hunter Riney, 6'8", 210 pounds, averaging a double-double. 20 points per game, 17 rebounds per game.
That's something when his teammates were standing around him and I could still see him while he was sitting down.
If he was in the crowd here of 500, you could see him. Although there's a lot of coaches, ex-players, you see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd tonight. Marquette football coach Tim Nelson, Alton High basketball coach Will Gordon, former Alton High coach Lane Bennett. The list goes on and on. Quite a crowd here tonight.
Including the student body right next to us here.
I'm going to reach out and touch them from here. I mean, it's a packed house here up on stage. For Marquette, it will be sophomore Jack Miller at 6'2", starting at 1 forward.
I like that. Reach out and touch someone. Bringing back a little old advertising there.
Number 2, guard D.T. McMurray, 5'6", freshman guard. Marquette still has Sterrett, Scheider, Lavender to start. And here is number 5, Dion Lavender, 5'10", freshman guard. And then it's Scheider and Sterrett. Coach Mark Briggs telling me the last few days that he didn't want to hype up Sterrett and Riney and Sterrett too much, but everyone will be looking at the big boys tonight.
Well, how can you not? I mean, they're the go-to guys. They're the leading scorers on the team. And sure enough, just like Friday when I saw Marquette against East Alton Wood River, it was Sterrett against Colby Hall. We know who won that matchup, or who had the better of it at least, and Sterrett's going to look for a repeat performance here tonight, but he's certainly going to have his hands full, no doubt about it.
Riney, 10 games, he has 198 points, so 19.8 points per game. Sterrett in 10 games, 165 points, so he's at 16.5 points per game, and Sterrett also 9.5 rebounds per contest. We're ready to go. Sterrett in the center circle for Marquette, Riney in the center circle for Roxana, and we're ready to get it on. The Shells win the tip, and we are underway at Marquette High School. A packed house tonight. And we're ready to go as McPeak and Touche play catch. Now to Briggs. Back to the top, it goes to McPeak. Right side, Briggs has it. Down to Justin Brown. Back come the Explorers now.
So unlike Marquette, they came out with a little bit of a matchup zone there. But I guess so, when you got Hunter Riney down low, you really don't want to get isolated right off the bat one-on-one.
Jack Miller to Sam Scheider. Out to McMurray, now over to Lavender.
Roxana in the same kind of deal, a little matchup zone here by both teams.
Both coaches like the zone defense. There's Scheider with a miss from the left corner, left baseline. Roxana with a rebound. One possession each way now. Here's Riney underneath, up and in from Briggs, right to the front of the rim. Hunter Riney.
Well, when you can get him to touch the basketball in that area, that's almost automatic right there. They may have to double that area up if they're able to isolate that. That's going to be something that they're going to look to exploit throughout this game.
6:46 to go, first quarter, and Roxana with a lead of 2-0. They get the first bucket tonight. Here's McMurray to Lavender as they play catch. Right in front of Coach Mark Briggs of the Shells. McMurray has it again. Right wing again to Lavender. Not much opening there near the lane. Lavender stops and pops. He missed it. Miller over the back with a rebound, and Marquette still has it.
He had a number of those on Friday where he was able to get some weak side boards, and that time just a much taller guy going over Briggs and getting that rebound.
6:10 to go, first quarter, and inside Miller off the glass, no. Sterrett, Riney, fight for the rebound. It's Riney that rips it down.
Miller's got to knock that shot down. He had a high percentage look and an easy look and couldn't get it to go.
Touche to Riney, glass and good. 3 Explorers there, but Riney put it in.
The one thing you want to make sure with Hunter Riney is you don't want to let him catch the basketball. Make it difficult on him away from the basketball. He's able to catch the ball, and there's a turnover right off the bat.
Marquette with a turnover, and
Sam Scheider.
You look at Marquette and you hear Coach Steve Medford say, we're young, we're young, we're young. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a junior in that starting 5. We'll see if they can handle the pressure of this big game here, even though it's before Christmas. Here's Briggs giving to Touche. Had a 3, but he'll drive to the baseline. Missed it. Rebound Touche, though. Back out, and McMurray with a steal, but he lost it at the scorer's table. Turnover each way. Roxana ball.
Trying to push it a little too hard. Steve Medford conferring with his assistants.
That scorer's table is out on the floor. There's so many people over there.
I'm telling you, not only are the fans packed in like sardines, but so are the players.
McPeak misses. Briggs with a follow. No good on the layup, but he was fouled by Jack Miller as Roxana grabs an offensive rebound.
Well, that shouldn't happen there where you get that easy of an offensive rebound and Miller's going to pick up the foul.
Briggs misses the first. Second free throw coming up. 4-0. Riney has the 4 points in the game. And this one's no good. He missed them both, and with 5:10 to go, Marquette ball again. Right side, Lavender has it. Marquette ball. They haven't scored yet. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Here's Sterrett deep in the left corner. Almost lost it. Back to McMurray, three-point line. Skip past to Lavender, now to Scheider, free throw line. McMurray left side, looks for Miller, knocked away. Zone works again for Roxana.
Boy, they had it packed in well, trying to get the ball inside, just not much room to maneuver right now.
McPeak into the corner, Briggs looking for Riney, looking, and he'll try to get it to Riney. It was tipped away, but Hunter still grabs it. On his way to the basket, he's fouled by Miller or Sterrett. Actually, they both really fouled him, but I guess let's give it to Miller. I think it's going to go. I think so. Of course, we can't see the scoreboard. We couldn't see it if it was
in front of us.
In front of us. I think Miller's coming out because Coddington getting ready to check in with 2 fouls now. Riney misses the first free throw, and that's been a problem lately for Hunter.
That's been a problem now for Roxana tonight. That's 0 for 3 to start the game, and maybe the student section here directly behind the backboard waving their towels, altering a little bit, altering a few of these shots.
And he missed them both. He's down to 46% from the free throw line this year.
Practice.
Yep. 0 for 4 now for the Shells. Riney went 0 for 2. Coddington in for Miller, who had those 2 quick fouls. McMurray for 3, and it's good! Left side with a freshman, a 3 ball.
Well, that'll make it important because Roxana basically is coming out to start this game going, if you can't get it inside, we're going to make you make some baskets from the outside. Once you start knocking those shots down, that extends that defense up, and then it opens things up in the middle.
Here's a 3, left side, Lavender, no, tipped around, and McPeak has it. Roxana on the move, McPeak under there, no, but a foul on Coddington, number 22, altering that fast break layup.
He just checked into the game, too, so he picks up number 1 right off the bat.
22, sophomore Jake Coddington with a foul. McPeak now going to the line for the Shells, who lead it 4-3.
You got to start knocking some of these down.
McPeak puts it up and in. And he will shoot again. 5-3 lead early on for the Shells. In the air, this one off the back iron. Coddington with the rebound.
You're up by 2 and you're 1 for 5 from the line. I'll let you do the math there. I know it's early, but something to think about.
3:40 to go. First quarter, Marquette ball. They trail 5-3. Down to Coddington, layup, good from Scheider. He found the open man.
Well, there was a seam there. Finally, the defense had to respect the outside shot and the three-point shot, and sure enough, there it was, and it opened up things inside.
Briggs off the glass and good, and looks like it's going to be a blocking foul. It's going to be Coddington again, and Briggs will go for 3.
So there's your, and Steve Medford's going to take a timeout here, but there you go. Miller picks up 2 fouls right off the bat, and then now his replacement, Coddington, has got 2 fouls. So now what do you do if you're Steve Medford?
Neither team goes very deep in the rotation. Timeout on the court. 7-5 in favor of the Shells. Briggs will shoot for 3 when we come back. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
When you own a business, your loss could be your employee's loss too. That's why you should put American Family Insurance and me to work right away. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. I can help you design property and liability coverages that fit the needs of your specific business. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
you don't know Jack Schmidt in Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah! Welcome back to a packed house here at Marquette High School. The Explorers and the Shells battling here in SCC boys basketball. As we move along here in the first quarter, 3:22 to go, first quarter.
Here comes Roxana's amazing. 7th free throw already, and we're not even 5 minutes into the game.
Briggs hits the free throw in the three-point play. They're attacking the basket, that's for sure.
Well, it tells you something right there, why free throws right now are 7-0.
Get it into the paint. Now Marquette does. Coddington, reverse layup. No, it rolled off the rim. Briggs with the rebound.
Boy, that thing hung on every inch of that rim.
Briggs down, spinning to the block. Glass, no. Riney will follow it. Up and in.
Attacking the basket. You're right, boy. They're not wasting any time going right after this defense. I think Steve Medford might have to switch up to a little bit of man-to-man and get some pressure up high in the front court.
10-5 in favor of the Shells now. Coddington to the baseline. Turnover, Marquette again.
Notice one thing we haven't said. How many touches has Derek Sterrett had so far?
Not much at all. Riney with a couple of rebounds. Here's Briggs. Free throw line. Forced it up. No. Sterrett might have got a piece of that on its way up.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he did.
Sterrett in the left corner. Briggs reaching in. And finally the whistle and the foul on Roxana. Their first foul of the game.
It was Sterrett that time. Almost lost control of the ball.
Marquette throws it in under their own basket. Lavender to McMurray. Long three again. Good again for number 2. It's a 3-ball.
Well, 6 of their 8 points now have come from long range. And again, you knock those shots down, it's going to extend the defense.
Here's a steal. Scheider to McMurray. Back to Scheider. And we're tied at 10-10 with a bucket. Timeout. Roxana, Coach Briggs, Coach Bedford trying to stop the runs for each team, and now it's a run for Marquette, and we're tied at 10-10.
Well, once they get into that full court, that's kind of what they were able to do to East Alton Wood River Friday night. They kind of went into a zone press, and this time they pick it up full court. And right around the half-court line is where the double team comes in. You get that quick guard coming off that off dribble when you spin back around and go the other way, and it's usually McMurray that's coming in on that offside. He causes a little disruption there. He and Scheider go back the other way, 2-on-1. That's an easy basket, easy points off a turnover.
Boy, a huge crowd here tonight as you look up in the stands, and this small gymnasium won't seat many, and they are packed in here for sure. Coach Kyle Duncan, another familiar face, Oilers assistant coach.
Can we sit any of them up on those racks around the windows? Or
I don't think the principal, Mike Slaughter, would allow that. Marquette with a steal. Behind the back pass, McMurray goes to Lavender for 2 points.
Suddenly we got a 7-0 run, and Marquette's got their first lead of the night.
1:30 to go, first quarter. Shells ball. They break the press. Marquette tips it out. And the Shells will keep the ball here. Marquette will go with a sub here. Mike Williams-Bay, another freshman, comes in.
The press has really made a difference here in this game, and Roxana's going to take it out underneath.
Touche has it. Throws it back to the corner. In the right corner, it's Briggs. Touche now to Riney. Riney jumps it up and hits it over Scheider outside the lane.
I thought for a minute he might have gotten away with a travel. Did you see a little bit of a skip there before the shot?
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether just 1 foot came up, or at 6'8", you never know when he's going to leave the floor, when he has left the floor.
We don't have the replay monitors here in front of us to look at it, so we're kind of calling it off first glance.
Here's Sterrett to the baseline. He lays it in as he got a lane there.
Well, that's the most space that he's had so far touching the basketball, and we're inside of a minute, so Roxana's done a good job of denying him the ball.
Here's the pass into Riney. Riney tried to get through a double team, did, and then Sterrett with a steal after all.
5 turnovers now on the Shells, and say 4 of them have been here in about the last 2 minutes once Marquette has gone to the press.
Williams-Bay gives it to McMurray. Good again from the baseline. McMurray stays hot.
Boy, is he ever. Boy, 8 points already in the game.
And there's a foul in the backcourt. Scheider and Williams-Bay there, and it's going to be Scheider with a foul.
Well, their aggression has really turned the tide in this game. It's really switched the momentum up here big time. Roxana came out with a load of fire to start the game off, and Marquette credit Steve Bedford, boy, he switched things up defensively, and it's really paid dividends here so far.
Roxana ball, we're down to 9 seconds to go. First quarter, McPeak has it. Man-to-man for Marquette. McPeak gets by Scheider. Glass, no good. Rebound, Justin Brown blocked away. Thought he might have got fouled there, but blocked away at the buzzer. And after 1 quarter at Marquette, the Explorers 16, the Shells 12. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
We end the first quarter with the home team on top, 16-12. It's a 4-point lead for Marquette over Roxana. It's boys basketball here on the Big Z tonight.
An 11-2 run for Marquette to end that quarter, and they've got the lead by 4. They trailed by as many as 5.
4-point game. Shells start the second quarter with the basketball. McPeak has it.
See this man-to-man, what it's doing now, it's really affecting Roxana's ball movement right now.
Touche to Briggs. Briggs looking for Riney, instead to McPeak. Down to Riney now. Double team there to the baseline. Up and in it goes, and Justin Brown hits a 3. It's a 1-point game.
Boy, that's a huge shot there. Just a dump in, and immediately, as soon as Riney touches the basketball, you notice 2 guys right on his back, and they're going to make it difficult now for him to turn with the basketball. He's going to have to be smart enough to kick that ball out, because that shot's going to be there.
Backdoor to Scheider. Missed 1, missed 2. He's got it again, and then he lost it on his way up. Here's Sterrett up, and Riney with a block.
Look at that hustle.
Riney goes and gets it in the corner.
Boy, Scheider had 2 point-blank shots. He's going to be kicking himself for those. And then Sterrett cleans up and gets an offensive rebound, but Riney says, not here, not now.
Riney gives to Touche for 3, and it's good again as Roxana kicks it out again.
Well, and that's what's going to have to be there. That's what's going to have to work for them. Again, you notice 2 and 3 bodies. As soon as Riney touches the basketball, those 3-point shooters are going to be open. It's just a case of knocking them down.
Sterrett too far under, missed the finger roll. Hit the bottom of the rim, rebound Roxana. They lead it now, 18-16 with a couple of threes. Now Briggs bumped, pushed by Williams Bay, and they finally blow the whistle.
A little too much body there by Williams Bay, and Roxana's going to be shooting the bonus the rest of the way, but I don't know if that's a good idea the way they've shot free throws so far. It's 2 for 7 from the line, but they're going to get their opportunities the rest of the way. Marquette, 16 fouls already, only 1 on the Shells.
McMurray and Coddington back in for the Explorers here. Touche for the Shells, gives to McPeak. McPeak to Briggs, back to the top it goes. Briggs lost it. Williams Bay with a steal. He's inside, finger roll, good, around McPeak and in.
Well, he just read it, and here comes Mark Briggs with another quick timeout. Jordan Briggs just got his pocket picked there, and that was easy pickings for Williams Bay. Transition points again, and we're knotted up at 18.
18-18, tie game and timeout here at Marquette High School. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Welcome back to Marquette High School, Explorers and Shells. Tonight, live from Marquette, Louis Korak and Brent Berkland with you here, and again, packed house. Hundreds and hundreds of fans packed into this small gymnasium tonight for Shells and Explorers. We're tied at 18.
Well, we expected a good one, and we've got a good one here so far. Yes, we're early in the second quarter. This is exactly what we expected out of the top two teams in the SEC West. Do we even still have an SEC West? I just want to make that official.
I think we do. There's a long pass by Briggs down to Brown. Went off the leg of McMurray as he went for the steal, and now Shells have it under their own basket.
I mean, in football, we're all
messed up.
Yeah, consolidated into one big lump, so I don't know if we still did the East and West in basketball.
Into Riney it goes, knocked away by Miller, but Riney runs it down.
Well, you notice the body's on him now.
Touche goes to the corner, dribbles out of trouble, gives to Briggs, now to McPeak, 5:44 to go, first half.
His touches all of a sudden have become hard touches, and that's what Marquette has to do defensively, make it difficult for him to catch that basketball.
Miller's guarding him right now, and he has 2 fouls. Kick out to Riney, up and in it goes, outside the lane. Hunter with 2.
Well, and that's Steve Medford, I think, will be okay with that, because if you're going to have him shooting the basketball, you want him shooting it away from the hoop and not getting those easy catches.
Right side 3, no good by McMurray this time as he fired another long-range bomb there.
Riney now with 10 points in the game. He had 8 in that first quarter.
Here's Briggs driving to McPeak. McPeak down to Riney on the block. Glass and good. He kept it high and right over Miller for 2.
Well, and that's one of those cases where what we saw early, where he was able to catch it with some ease and get a little spin and get an easy shot away, and that's exactly what he had there. Steve Medford not happy with that defensive possession.
22-18. Shells jump up by 4 again. Each team with leads of 4 or 5, handful of points each way, but now it's Roxana's turn. Here's Williams Bay, stops and pops, good from the left side, left elbow extended.
He's got 4 points in the game, all in the second quarter. He's accounted for his team's points in the second quarter.
McPeak breaks the press to Touche with a 3. Nope. Here's Riney with a rebound, glass and good. Riney right around to grab it.
He just went right over top of 3 guys. And Medford was, well, I think he was wanting a foul there, a little push-off on Riney, but no call is coming.
Riney, the 6'8" sophomore, 14 in the game already. It's 24-20 in favor of the Shells. Timeout Marquette. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Economy. Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Back live at Marquette High School in Alton, Illinois. Louis Korak and Brent Berkland live at Marquette. It's the Shells by 4. 24-20. Here's Miller inside. Over Riney, up and in. I thought Miller took an extra step.
I did too.
2 points. Little drop step there into the lane, and his first 2 of the game.
Tough shot too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Over Riney. And off the glass and in. 3:30 to go. Second quarter. 24-22. Shells by 2. Touche has it for Roxana. Out high to Briggs. And now a foul on Williams Bay again.
7 fouls, and here they go to the line.
Starrett in, Scheider in, Miller and Lavender out for Marquette.
Well, they were able to get those 2 guys a little bit of a break, and Roxana didn't get much separation out of that.
In the air and missed it wide right. Briggs nowhere near it. Man, probably from the doors that they opened there at the other end. They're wide open now, and people standing in the hallway watching the game.
They sell standing room only tickets here?
I guess that's it right there.
And right next to us.
And a big, big crowd here on the stage. Student body left. 24-22 Roxana. Marquette ball. They could tie it with a bucket. Starrett. Guarded by Riney, and Starrett gets it in the corner. Riney will let him shoot it from there, and he hits it just inside the 3-point line to tie it up.
But you know what? You're okay with that. Again, just in the case of Riney shooting the ball away from the basket, you're okay with Starrett taking that shot, because if he can knock those down, hey, you just tip your hat to him, but you don't want to let him get anything too easy on the inside.
Touche, skip pass down to Brown, blocked away there. Starrett blocked it, and then a foul on Touche in the backcourt, and almost might have been a technical on Marquette coming up there. The referee grabbed for his whistle, but decided not to do it. After the whistle there, some problems.
It'll get chippy here in the second half, especially if this score stays as tight as it has throughout this first half.
Roxana sitting in the zone, 1-3-1 with Briggs out on top, Riney in the middle. McPeak guarding the baseline. McMurray into Scheider, missed a layup, wide open on the left side.
Sam Scheider has 2 points in this game, and he could have probably 8.
Here come the Shells again, tie game, 24 all. Here's Briggs with a nice drive, blocked away by Scheider. And again, just going right to the basket, no matter who's got the ball.
But you know what? You're okay with that. I mean, he's saying, okay, if you're gonna allow me to be aggressive, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. And he's one taking the initiative here.
All the Shells, when they've got the ball, they're going right to the basket, and that's a good plan for Coach Briggs. Now Jordan Briggs, his son, with a reach-in foul in the backcourt, his second foul.
3 fouls now on Roxana, so no danger of bonus time. And Marquette hasn't taken a free throw in this half. Remember that.
Sitting outside, just jump shots, 3-pointers, not really attacking the basket much at all.
Well, and when they've got it inside, they're not knocking those shots down.
This one no good. Starrett with a rebound. He's under the basket and out of bounds. They say it's off of Starrett. He was caught under the basket, and the Shells surrounded him. Roxana ball.
Well, he got an offensive rebound there and contested all the way going back up, and he lost the handle of it. Referees give it to Roxana. They have the ball, buck 17 and counting here.
Halftime approaching. There's a foul on the Shell, or I should say a turnover on the Shells. 1:08 to go. Tie game. Now it's Marquette ball again. Williams Bay to Scheider. Now to Coddington. He's under the basket. Stuck under there. Now a whistle and a foul as the double team got there, and Touche with a foul.
Marquette's finally going to go to the line here. It's going to be Coddington for 2. Little pump fake got Touche to bite on it. He gets called for the foul.
Coddington close to 6 points per game. In the air, and he breaks the tie with that free throw. Coddington will shoot another. 3 points in the game for Jake Coddington. 6'5", sophomore. Missed that one. Long rebound, Lavender. Marquette ball with 55 seconds to go till halftime.
Steve Medford's got his team pulling the ball out. They may hang on to this for the last shot now. They've got the lead.
Marquette 25, Roxana 24. And Coach Mark Briggs telling the Shells not to go outside the three-point line. He says, let them hold it there.
Yeah, he's going to have them back off. And I think he's content with where it's at right now. So this is going to come down to the last shot here.
Being on the road, he likes this close game at halftime.
Well, whether you're down by 3 or 4 or 1 at this point, I'm sure you will take that.
McMurray holding it, center circle. Now 12 seconds to go. Williams Bay with it to Sterrett. Sterrett blocked away by Riney from 3. Now McMurray with 4 seconds left. He'll give it to Lavender for 3. It's way too long, and that's the end of the first half. And it's a 1-point game. What a block there on the three-point line. Sterrett going up for 3. Riney with a big rejection.
Boy, you're not kidding there. I think he may have been the only one in this gym that wasn't surprised that Derek Sterrett was going to be taking a 3-point shot there at the end of a half. I certainly was. That's not what I thought maybe that they had drawn up and designed. But nobody fooled Hunter Riney on that. What a big block. And then another 3-point attempt falls short. And we got a 1-point game at half.
25-24, 1-point lead for the home team at halftime. The Explorers lead the Shells by 1. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at RiverBender.com.
You'll find it at Mallory's. Mallory's Sporting Goods in Wood River. Your high school gear and sportswear? It's at Mallory's. Athletic equipment for the little tykes? You'll find it at Mallory's. How about team gear and uniforms? Or personalized gear and specialty equipment? It's at Mallory's too. You'll find it all at Mallory's Sporting Goods, just minutes from your school off of 255, right next to the Walmart complex on Vaughn Road in Wood River. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
Back at Marquette High School, packed house, and the Explorers and Shells here at halftime with a 1-point ball game. Marquette leading 25-24 over Roxana. The Explorers back on the floor. Shells still in the locker room with Coach Mark Briggs. Don't forget, after the game, we will announce our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. Last night we were here at Marquette and we saw girls basketball. CM beating Marquette thanks to Taylor Lish and her 5 3-pointers. Now tomorrow night on the Big Z it will be Missouri and Illinois. They'll tip off at 8 o'clock in St. Louis. So the pregame show at 7:30. What do you think of Mizzou and Illinois tomorrow, Louis?
I have no idea. I can't put my finger on either one of these teams, and I say that after what Illinois just did on Saturday. I mean, I was shocked.
You can't lose to a bad team like that.
No, not at all. And that's what I'm saying. You get your upper echelon teams, they're able to overcome those sorts of things. And coming in, I would have thought that Illinois would have been the favorite to win this because the way they've been handling their opponents, and the way Missouri, they've kind of gone along a whole hum against some of these lesser-known opponents early on in the year, not winning with any kind of regularity or any kind of authority. But I don't know, after that performance by Illinois a couple of days ago, flip a coin. This one's going to be a good one, and that's kind of what you would expect.
I think I like Missouri's offense better than Illinois' offense.
I was just getting ready to ask you, big prognosticator, what do you think?
I don't know about the defenses, but I do like Missouri's offense better than Illinois' offense.
Right.
So let's start there, but we'll find out tomorrow night right here on the Big Z. Marquette and Roxana, we're underway. Backdoor to Scheider, up and in from McMurray to start the second half.
Were they down in the locker room working on that? Because that looked like it was perfected, about as well as can be.
Alley-oop, and Scheider, who hasn't done much.
And he reads that one.
He reads this one. He has another layup. Good, and one. Briggs with a foul. And Scheider wakes up the Explorers, who are up by 5 now.
And Briggs suddenly with 3 fouls. Roxana has 5 team fouls in this game. Jordan Briggs has 3 of them.
Here's Scheider with a free throw. It's way off the mark. Long rebound back to him, but Touche grabs it to McPeak. McPeak to the glass. Fouled. A little finger roll. No good. And he was fouled by Lavender on his way to the hole.
I was going to say, if they give that one to Scheider, it'll be his second, but it's going to be Lavender's first. Team first. McPeak will go to the line. Quick start from Marquette. Their biggest lead of the game right now.
And Roxana trying to answer, and they do as McPeak hits a free throw, and second one coming up.
Maybe they can make some free throws down there because they don't have to look at the student body here next to us.
Or look at us.
Now that might have something to do with it too.
Up here on stage. 2 for 2 for McPeak, so he makes it a 29-26 ball game. Marquette leading by 3. 7:20 to go, quarter number 3. Again, 500 or 600 fans here packing the gymnasium. Scheider from the corner, 3 ball, no good. Lavender over the back of 2 shells to grab the rebound. Now McMurray goes toward the corner. He'll dribble back out to Lavender. 7 minutes remaining, third quarter. Here's Sterrett, gets the baseline again, lays it up and in on the 1-3-1.
He's kind of had a quiet game here tonight, but you know what? As long as his team wins, I think he's okay with it. 6 points in the game. He's had 2 in each quarter.
Here's Riney down to the block. Glass and good over Miller. Riney with 2 more.
And Marquette bench is wanting a travel there. None called. 16 points for Hunter Riney tonight. I think he's going to hit his average, don't you?
I think so. This time Miller fires a rainbow in the lane, and it goes down good.
Marquette 80% shooting here in this third quarter. Have knocked down 4 of their first 5.
33-28, and a turnover. Lavender left side, missed it. Rebound, Miller is there. Marquette will keep it. Miller back out to Sterrett. 3 ball, nope. Off the mark, McPeak grabs it for Roxana.
I was going to say, 2 shells around the basketball there. That can't happen. Miller goes in and wins that ball from 2 players.
Now a foul, maybe underneath. I thought it was out where Marquette was doubling the ball, but Sterrett with a foul and some words, and the referee almost, he looked back at him twice.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, he just said something to him on the way by, too. I think he told him, keep your mouth shut.
Sterrett with only his first foul. He shouldn't worry about that, and we have a timeout here on the floor. And our score, 33-28. The Explorers with a burst here in the third quarter.
Well, they've jumped out, and again, it's been pressure, defense. They've already forced a couple of turnovers here. They've come out and knocked down a couple of shots, and that's got the juices flowing here a little bit. They lead it by 5, but you're going to get loose ball fouls. Shells are going to get the ball. It's only a 5-point game, a long way to go, but looks like Marquette right now in the first couple of minutes maybe has a little extra bite to their jump here so far.
Each team going on the runs back and forth. That happened the entire first half, and that continues here in the second half. It's Marquette's turn. Here's Touche. Gives to Briggs. Briggs guarded by Scheider. Now to McPeak, top of the key. Chase McPeak looking for help. He picked up his dribble, hands it to Jordan Briggs. Briggs looking at Riney, guarded by Sterrett. Riney comes out to the high post, but McPeak gives it to Briggs. Briggs to the left elbow. Bump there, no call. And now he hands it to McPeak again.
That's good defense right now.
Handoff tipped out by Marquette there at the free throw line, and Roxana will throw it in again. 5:14 to go in the third.
This is one of the better defensive possessions that we've seen out of Marquette tonight. Really denying any entry down low. Everything is being contested up high.
I can't believe the fans out in the hallway watching this game from every doorway. Here's Riney. Little fadeaway in the paint. No good. Miller for Marquette with a rebound.
Only their second shot.
Scheider to Sterrett, and it went off of Brown, and then went off of Sterrett. Out of bounds it goes, and that's a good call right in front of us here.
I think so. I agree with you. I know the student section doesn't agree, and the Marquette bench doesn't agree, but there was a double touch there, and that thing went off of Sterrett.
Here's Riney with it. Hammered by Scheider, who had no chance against the 6'8" Riney in the center circle there.
2 fouls now on Scheider. They're playing with some aggression, no doubt about it.
33-28, Marquette with a 5-point lead. As we dip under 5 minutes to go, third quarter at Marquette High School. Here's Touche with it. Touche has a lane, driving down, out of bounds. It's Marquette ball. I thought he should have put that up. He was looking for a pass.
Yeah, he should have taken. He found himself a seam there. He did a good job. He did everything right, but the finish, and wasn't looking for the finish.
He was looking to pass it, dump it maybe to Riney at the basket.
Oh, nice move by Lavender.
McMurray for three, and it is good. Left side three ball for McMurray.
He's dropped 3 of them down now, and he's got 11 points in the game, and the biggest lead of the night by either team.
McMurray didn't score in the second quarter. Now Brown is down low. Sterrett with a block. Sterrett with a foul.
He thought he had 2 blocks.
And Justin Brown to the line for the Shells. The first free throw is up and in.
Hey, they're 3 for 3 in the half.
How about that? Wow. These two teams will play at Roxana on February 1st. It'll be a long time from now. Still like 5 weeks away. Missed this free throw. Coddington has the rebound. So Brown goes 1 for 2, and Marquette with the basketball and a 7-point lead. 36-29. McMurray with it now, down to Sterrett, guarded by Riney. Sterrett leans in, and traveling called as Riney held his ground. It's a turnover.
These two teams used to face one another in that Columbia Freeburg tournament until Roxana got out. So now they're only going to see each other twice. Boy, look at there it is again.
A tip pass and a steal. Marquette ball, 3:45 to go in the third. Here's Williams to the baseline, to Scheider now. Scheider into the lane, down to the corner, shot up, no. Sterrett with a rebound. Brown fouling Sterrett.
That time Sterrett had the position. Brown jumps in there a little late. He picks up his first foul of the night.
McMurray off the inbounds with a three. It's good again. A 3-ball for number 2.
Is he ever hot or what? 14 points now. Leads his team. The young freshman getting it done.
There's a turnover. Explorers have it up by 10. Here's Coddington. Good on the break. Timeout Roxana. It's 41-29. Marquette by a dozen. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
You don't know Jay Smith! In Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
When you own a business, your loss could be your employee's loss too. That's why you should put American Family Insurance and me to work right away. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. I can help you design property and liability coverages that fit the needs of your specific business. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher, at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Back at Marquette High School, Louis Korak and Brett Berkland with you here. Full house tonight. McPeak lost it to Scheider, and then he fouled Sam Scheider at the center circle. Chase McPeak with a Roxana foul. Our score now is 41-29. Marquette opening a lead here at home.
Well, you can see who made the halftime adjustments. This was a one-point game, and all of a sudden this thing is ballooned to 12 in a hurry.
Roxana with 5 points in this third quarter. There's another foul on McPeak, so 2 quick ones there.
14 fouls now on the Shells.
Scheider throws it into Sterrett. Knocked away by Touche, though. Roxana ball on the turnover. Ryan Touche brings it up to the three-point line. All the way down on Sterrett, and then a foul, I should say, on Scheider. He'll pick up the foul.
You know, if he reads that immediately, he's got an opportunity to take a charge, but he didn't.
No, he didn't stand his ground at all.
If he stands his ground, it's an easy charge because he saw it coming.
And Touche was kind of out of control there.
Exactly.
Ryan at the free throw line. In the air, good. Just a 3-ball for Touche before that.
He got 6 points in this quarter, and only 4 of them have come from the free throw line, so they've only made 1 field goal thus far. Tells you what Marquette's defense has done so far.
2 for 2 for Touche. 16 points in this quarter for Marquette. 41-31. Explorers over the Shells now. And Sterrett can't reach a high pass from McMurray. Turnover, Marquette again.
5 turnovers now for them in this quarter. They've matched their entire first half output.
Jordan Briggs over the timeline, getting it to Riney. Knocked out by Scheider. 2:27 to go, third quarter. And Briggs will throw it in. Right next to Coach Briggs. Here's McPeak with it, top of the key. Driving on McMurray. Finger roll, good. He blew right by D.T. McMurray.
Some of that is what was available for Roxana early in this game, and that's why they were able to get a lead. Now Steve Medford wanting to kind of slow this thing down a little bit. They had jumped out to a 12-point lead. Suddenly it's got back into single digits, and he wants to kind of slow things down just a touch here.
It is a full timeout. We'll take a break from Marquette High School. The Explorers up 41-33 on the Shells. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Explorers 41, Shells 33. Third quarter rolls on here. We're at 2 minutes to go in the third. After the timeout, Marquette ball. Williams-Bay inside, missed it. Rebound Scheider, though. Scheider gives to Coddington, up, and he missed it. Now it's out of bounds, and it's still Marquette ball.
Well, they had some good ball movement on that possession there and just couldn't finish. Ball goes off the hands of Jordan Briggs, but they retain possession.
McMurray bounces to Sterrett inside, finger roll, no. Riney with the rebound.
Boy, that was a tough shot there. He's underneath the basket, and he almost was able to get that thing to sneak in.
Roxana ball, McPeak down to Riney. Hunter Riney faces the basket, gives it up. Here's Briggs to McPeak. Briggs again, looking for Riney. Riney on the block, but here comes Touche. He missed it. Rebound, Brown. Up, no. All kinds of bodies flying, no whistles. And it's Marquette ball the other way.
A little out of control there was Touche. He had the runner in the lane, but I don't think he really looked up to see where he was at. Just kind of took a wild shot. Brown was able to get the offensive rebound, but he had a swarm of bodies around him, and he's pretty much been bottled up all night tonight. He's got 4 points.
1 minute to go, third quarter. Marquette, McMurray holding it, center circle. Marquette into the lane. Now they pop it out to Scheider, to McMurray. McMurray looking now to Scheider between the circles. Marquette basically stalling out this last minute 20, it looks like. Up by 8. Here's Justin Brown with some pressure on the guards. Now Coddington gives to Scheider. Scheider stops and pops, and he hits it just inside the right elbow.
6 of his 8 points here in the third quarter. Boy, they did a good job of hanging on to the basketball.
McPeak for 3, no good. Rebound, it's Justin Brown with a bump in the back of Sterrett.
Quick shot there after Marquette took off nearly a minute off the clock. And got a good shot from Scheider there to go back up by 10. A lead that they want to at least maintain here heading into a fourth quarter. 12 seconds left.
43-33, Marquette by 10. Here's Lavender driving in with 7 seconds left. Looking inside, they'll keep it outside. McMurray, Marquette in trouble, and now a foul with 1.7 to go. McPeak at the midcourt line.
Why would you want to foul him when he's going away from the basket? He's near midcourt there. Just hold your ground, and time is going to run out.
1.7 to go. Marquette will throw it in near midcourt. Coddington looking. He throws it into the corner. A shot fired up off the rim. No good there by McMurray, and we have played 3 quarters at Marquette High. It's the Explorers 43, the Shells 33. 10-point game as we go to the fourth. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
At First Mid-America Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum Card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a reward program which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for a First Mid-America Credit Union Visa Platinum Card at www.1stmidamerica.org.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With Louis Korak, Brent Birkeland back at Marquette High School, Alton, Illinois. Shells start the fourth quarter with the basketball and trailing by 10 as they were outscored in that third quarter, 18-9. Riney with a turnaround, no good, but Touche follows it up and in.
Well, somebody forgot to box him out coming off of the strong side there, actually. It was a strong side rebound, which is a little surprising, and Touche cleans up the offensive glass, gets the first points of this fourth quarter.
Marquette ball. Now the lead is 8, 43-35, 7:20 to go in the game.
I like that. You say Alton, Illinois. You think we'd fool anybody if we said, like, Alton, Hawaii? Or would that fool anybody? Or
West Alton, Missouri? No. Just over 7 minutes to go. Marquette going to take some more time off the clock, and the 3 guards play catch near midcourt. Interesting here at home that you play it that way.
Well, Steve Medford's wanting to
Lavender
look for a good shot.
Free throw line. Up, no. Stare it, follow, no. Stare it again. Good. And one as he stayed with it.
Might be Riney's first foul tonight.
I think it might be Briggs with number 4.
Could be. Somebody fouled him, we know that.
Stare it, 3-point play as he hits the free throw.
Too many second and third opportunities for Marquette here in the second half, and that was a prime example of it right there.
Briggs into the front court, bumped by McMurray. Skip pass to Touche. Touche will back it up.
I think McMurray got away with that one there because he backed off.
Here's Briggs looking for Riney at the high post. And now a foul as Sterrett bumping him the whole way, and then there's a foul called finally.
Quickly now, 3 fouls on Derek Sterrett. He needs to be careful here not to pick up that 4th one.
6:22 to go in the ball game now. We're in the 4th quarter, and it's 46-35. Marquette with a comfortable 11-point lead. Touche for 3, in and out, no good.
We had every part of the rim there.
All the way down, and it came out. Would have made it an 8-point game again, but it's still 11, and here is Miller giving to McMurray. Out to Scheider it goes.
Brown hounding him.
You know Brown will hustle all over the floor.
Yes, he will.
Here's Scheider with it.
You notice why his jersey always winds up being a darker shade of red.
Traveling turnover explores. Miller in the right corner. Roxana ball again.
Boy, he was so wide open there. He just basically took a couple little baby steps. I don't know why. I think he was undecided whether he wanted to go ahead and take that little 10-footer or pull it back out.
Here's Briggs with it. Bounces to McPeak. Gives to the corner. Touche. Thought about a 3. Now it's going up. It's short. Rebound, out of bounds. Marquette ball, 5:29 to go.
Well, you catch and shoot that ball if you're going to do that, but the pass over there just was too much air under the ball, and it gave enough time for the defender. I didn't see who it was for Marquette to get over there and challenge that shot.
Marquette up the floor. Scheider to Lavender to McMurray now. McPeak on McMurray with 5:10 to go.
You got to love this, though. The student sections are both having fun with each other.
Foul on Justin Brown, and that will be his 3rd, I believe.
You don't agree with me?
I agree. I agree.
You were part of the student section one time. I heard you were the one that got kicked out, though.
Oh, yeah, probably so. I like to forget about those times. Fast times at Ridgemont.
I was going to say.
Scheider missed the front end of a 1-and-1, but Coddington grabbed it, and then into the corner, turnover, and Roxana ball out of bounds.
So you were the Spicoli of Marquette one time?
I like that, actually. Back the other way. 46-35 score. Scheider still with 8 points.
Boy, those guards are just tough.
Turnover, McMurray calling a timeout, and he'll get the timeout laying on the floor with 4:46 to go, and we'll see. It's a Marquette 30-second timeout here with 4:46 remaining in the game. And again, 46-35, Marquette holding a double-digit lead.
Well, and they've been able to maintain it. Once they got there, they've been able to hold on to this. 4:46 to go, so by no means is it over yet, but by them slowing the tempo down, what do you think? Does this surprise you a little bit, or would you feel like maybe they'd come out and just go for the kill here in the 4th quarter?
I thought they would keep it in high gear because that's how they built the lead.
Absolutely.
You know?
I am a little surprised myself because that high tempo, especially on the defensive end, well, that's where you got the turnover there. Those guards have just been really tough on the Roxana guards tonight. Kind of that high-octane defense that they like to throw out there. That's what really, like you said, got them the separation, and they've kind of slowed things down offensively. I think they just want to be a little more disciplined and poised here, not allow Roxana any opportunities to maybe get some turnover points themselves.
4.5 minutes to go as Marquette holds it again in the front court. McMurray driving and kicking it to Lavender. Free throw line, missed the jumper. Rebound, Coddington. Follow. Riney got a piece of that, and Riney was fouled, no call. And now Briggs runs down a loose ball. Riney had that rebound, and
he contested the shot of Coddington, though.
Yeah, he did. Here's McPeak with 4:09 to go. Left side, Touche. Riney not getting many touches here in the second half.
Well, you see now Sterrett's got him in basically kind of a box and one, and as soon as he touches the ball, there's a quick double team there.
Now he's got it.
Look at that.
Triple team. Riney going under the basket. Reverse layup. No. Rebound. Scheider for Marquette. And a foul is called. And it's Riney with his first.
Boy, right. Took him a long time to get number one. Usually we'll be talking about him getting into foul trouble, and that's where Roxana sometimes tends to get themselves into trouble.
Scheider at the free throw line. Sam Scheider for Marquette. Puts it up, puts it in. 47-35 our score. And again, we're down to 3:44 to go in the game.
Williams Bay checks back into the game. Supply a little more defensive pressure.
Scheider up and in again. The lead is 13 points now. Marquette going for their 9th win in a row. Both teams go to the holiday basketball tournaments next week. Sterrett tips a pass out of bounds right at the scorer's table. Roxana ball.
I think this is our biggest lead, isn't it? Didn't we get up to 12?
I think 13 is the largest. Briggs with it here at midcourt. Shell's ball. Briggs with the dribble, guarded by Scheider. Foul on Sterrett. Bumping Riney. Back and forth they go.
Number 4. And Riney's going to go to the line here.
16 points on the night.
But only 2 here in the second half. They've done a really good job. Is that his 5th foul? That couldn't have been his 5th.
I think I had 4.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
A number of times. Who cares what we think, right?
True. Riney up in the air and good. Number 55 hits his 17th point of the game.
Well, we said he was going to get to his average, but that was a long time ago. He's really slowed down here.
In the air, good again. 48-37 score now. Marquette ball up by 11. 3:15 to go. Inside Coddington. Now to Miller.
That's smart.
Back it up. Miller out to McMurray. Here's McMurray, double team, Roxana, and a foul on the Shells.
It's either going to be McPeak. It is McPeak with his 4th. It'll be double bonus time for McMurray. Boy, his shots are really important here for this team tonight, weren't they? 3-point balls.
Didn't even score in the second quarter. This one's good, 15 on the night. 49-37 score. They're going for 50, and they got it. 50-37. Another 13-point lead for Marquette. Touche with a 3, and it's good. Left side, he was almost out of bounds, and he hits a 3.
I was going to say, if he backed up another step, he was going to be out of bounds. But but he makes it a 10-point game, and Roxana just kind of hanging around. They're not really going away quietly, but they got a lot of work to do. They still down by 10, 2:54 to go.
10 points for Touche, and the lead is 10, 50-40 Marquette. Timeout on the floor. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from Tony.
Yeah! Woo!
The Oilers center ice. 13 has it. Oh, a shot a little bit wide. Oilers keep it in the zone.
Cool. Don't forget after the game again, we'll announce our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. And back on the floor, Marquette and Roxana. Riverbend boys basketball tonight. Shells going to the Carrollton Holiday Tournament next week. Marquette to the Freeburg Holiday Tournament next week. They'll start on Monday right away after Christmas. All of those tournaments next week. Here's Coddington with it. Coddington driving the baseline and kicks it out to Scheider with 2:28 to go. Sam Scheider with Touche on him. Now a double team. They give it up to Coddington. Almost hit the ceiling with a pass there to McMurray, and he'll back it up. Roxana bringing the defense out to midcourt.
They're going to have to.
Williams Bay driving around down to Coddington. Reverse layup, good. Reverse layup is up and in.
Well, they gave that up way too easy. Once you allow Williams Bay to get into a lane, boy, he does a good job. A little dish.
Touche three. Nope. Rebound Marquette up 52-40. Just 1:45 to go. Almost over now. Marquette will be 9-2, it looks like. Roxana 6-5. Inside, the ball loose. Marquette out of there with it. Miller out to McMurray. Now Coddington to Scheider. 1:22 remaining in the game. Here's a pass to Miller at the free throw line. Back to Scheider. 1:15 left.
Well, they've done a really good job of this, hanging on to the ball.
Now Briggs fouling Coddington. No call. McMurray fouled by Briggs. And that will be his fifth. No, fourth, I think.
Fourth. I have 4. Nope. He's walking over to the bench.
That is 5 fouls on number 40.
Again, folks, we can't see
anything. No.
You're right. Oh, we can see the secondary scoreboard.
Yes, we can.
Good thing, huh?
52-40. McMurray hits the free throw. 17 for the freshman. 10 for Scheider, the sophomore. This one good. Sterrett, 9 points tonight. 54-40, and just 1 minute to go. Here's Riney inside. Riney up and missed it. Got his own rebound. Spins at the front of the rim. He's hammered. Fouled by 3 or 4 Explorers there. Scheider with a foul.
You know, he's going to have himself probably an easy basket there on the second one if he doesn't put the ball on the floor. Once he put the ball down on the floor, it made it really difficult for him.
And he misses the first free throw.
Way off.
Could have had 20 in the game with these two, but still at 18. Free throw, no good. Justin Brown with a rebound, though. Up and missed it. Marquette will save it. And there's a foul on McPeak. And he will foul out of the game. We think. We believe. That's 5. And it is. 2 Shells foul out of the game. Remember, Roxana didn't start with many fouls at all early on.
Right. Well, you knew that number was going to pick up once they got into the second half here. And once the deficit continued to grow, they had to get a little more aggressive and take some chances.
McMurray still hitting free throws. The first one is good.
He's hitting everything tonight.
5 for 5, 6 for 6 from the line, 20 points. 56 to 40. It was a 1-point game at halftime. Roxana ball here. They'll fire up a three, and it is good. Number 21 hits it. That's Wilmerth with a three.
He checks into the game here late, gets on the score sheet.
27 seconds to go. Another foul called on the Shells. Riney with a foul.
And look who's going to the line again.
D.T. McMurray. 26 seconds left, and he hits the first free throw.
7 for 7. Perfect. Did I just jinx him?
Nope. No problem at all. Up and in. The lead is 15. 58 to 43, our score. Touche to Wilmerth. Just 15 seconds left before Marquette wins their 9th game in a row. 5-0 in the conference. Here's Justin Brown giving the ball up. Baseline shot missed. Rebound Riney. Riney with 2 seconds left. Stolen away, and that's the ball game. 58-43. Marquette with a 15-point win here on their home court tonight. The Explorers now 9-2. Roxana falls to 6-5. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports. Welcome back to Marquette High School as this big crowd files out, tries to find their car, tries to make their way home tonight. Huge crowd here tonight to see the home team win. Marquette over their rivals, Roxana, 58-43, thanks to a big second half, Louis.
Well, they definitely made the adjustments properly and accordingly, and a lot of it had to do with not so much doing something different, but continuing to do what really got them going, and that was that full court pressure defense. It sparked things for them offensively. It really fueled them defensively. It forced Roxana into doing some things that they didn't want to do. Marquette got going into transition. They got that big spurt to start at the third quarter, built that lead up to double digits, and Roxana got it to maybe 8 one time, but never really got much closer than that, and they really never threatened after that. And Marquette was able to offensively then slow the pace down, move the basketball around, and take a lot of the clock off, and not really allow Roxana to get going themselves.
33-19 it looks like in the second half, and that third quarter was the biggie. 18-9, they doubled up the Shells, and again at halftime it was 25-24. Marquette with a 1-point lead is all. Marquette now 9-2 overall, 5-0 in the conference. Roxana 6-5 now. They're 3-2 in the conference. And they say, wait till you come to Shell Country, boys.
Well, but this one was a big one for Marquette because now you build a 2-game lead. And Roxana really hurts them that loss to Litchfield in the conference early on. Otherwise, you're looking at a 1-game difference right now, and they're going to need a little bit of help now. They're going to have to beat Marquette when they come to their place down in Roxana, no doubt about it. They're going to need some help somewhere along the way, but Marquette got a little separation here by winning this one tonight. Now they got a 2-game lead.
Each team looks like with 2 players in double figures. Roxana, Riney with 18, Touche with 10 for Marquette, Scheider with 10, McMurray with 22, our player of the game. The freshman D.T. McMurray hit those threes early, hit the free throws late. He's our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game.
His three-pointers really is what got Marquette going offensively, because early on Roxana made it a point to pack the lane, not allow Derek Starrett, Scheider, Coddington, Miller, any of those guys to get any touches in the blue paint there. And basically they dared Marquette to make some shots from the outside, and McMurray stepped up and said, okay, you want to try me, and I'll do it. He knocked down 4 3 balls, a couple in that first quarter, Once he knocked those two down in that first quarter, it spread Roxana's defense out, extended them away. Then they were able to get some balls inside, and that got them into an offensive flow, and then he hit a couple more in the third quarter.
58-43, our final score. Again tomorrow night, don't forget, Illinois and Missouri here on the Big Z for you. But our next prep coverage will be next week when we take care of the holiday basketball tournaments down in Freeburg and over in Centralia. But we say happy holidays to you and yours, Merry Christmas to you and yours, and we'll keep it going right after Christmas and on into the new year, Louis.
Yeah, we'll get going on Monday, and it'll be full-bore basketball. There's going to be wall-to-wall basketball all over the area, not just around here, but down in southern Illinois, up north here in Carrollton. They're going to be playing. They're going to be playing all over the place. Jerseyville's going to be hosting tournaments. We're going to be going down to Freeburg, Centralia, you name it, Collinsville. They're going to be all over the place, and it'll be wall-to-wall basketball starting Monday once everybody gets their fill of the holidays.
And again, Christmas weekend fast approaching, and be careful, be safe out there with the weather that's coming too. Marquette over Roxana tonight. Boys basketball at Marquette High. The Explorers 58, the Shells 43. Thanks to our great sponsors, of course, during this holiday season as we roll through it. Thanks to our engineer, Brian Hennigan. My partner, Louis Korak. This is Brent Berkland. So long, everybody.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Mallory Sports, where your sports world begins. First Mid-America Credit Union. New name, same great credit union. Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance. All your protection under one roof. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend.